Hey everyone, welcome to Chrysalis Chats. My name is Tanya, and this is where we talk through topics involving healing transformation. Today's topic is healthy junk foods. And I know what you're thinking. Healthy junk foods? What is that all about? Well, I know there's a lot of people out there who are looking to change their lifestyle in a positive way. And before I get too deep into that, where did this idea of Chrysalis Chats come from? Well, when a butterfly turns from a caterpillar into a beautiful creature that can fly, it actually goes through a process called metamorphosis, as most of us know. But many of us may not know that in that process of turning from this little worm-like creature into a chrysalis, and into a butterfly, that caterpillar actually goes through a bit of a process called apoptosis, and that's where it liquefies its entire body into this jelly-like structure. You might think of it as Vaseline, right? The consistency that the butterfly is in before it actually turns into a butterfly. And so in apoptosis, this stage of metamorphosis, it kills aspects of itself to come out an improved version. So, in full regard of your improved version, I want to offer you 5 healthy junk foods, and they're all going to be plant-based. Number 1 is avocados. Who doesn't like an avocado? If you don't like avocados, I'm sorry. They're so good. I love avocados. They're really healthy in fats. They have some really good fats in them that are good for your heart. A lot of animal products actually hurt our hearts because the fats in there are actually working against us to create cholesterol. And cholesterol blockages, as you probably know, cause things like heart attacks. So have you looked up the price of a heart attack? If you don't have money to spend on food, then think about spending your money on a heart attack. And one involves a lot of pain and hurt, while the other can involve a lot of fun and enjoyment, because food can be really, really good, right? So how do I like to eat avocados as a junk food, or how do they satisfy that craving? Well, since they're so heavy in these healthy fats, they're actually really satisfying if you're craving something a little more substantive, right? I'm 100% plant-based. Shout out to all the vegans out there who are watching this. I give a 7-day vegan challenge to all of us who are not vegan, but I want to give some respect to those of us who are currently eating animal products and considering a more plant-based diet. Shout out to you. Kudos. So how do they satisfy that craving, avocados? Well, they have all those fats, and I love to make avocado toast. If you have not made avocado toast yet, let me tell you, you are missing out. You take your favorite bread, toast it, right? And then you take half of an avocado on each slice. You smash it with a fork, very simple, no fuss. And then you add some black pepper, and I love Himalayan sea salt to sprinkle on top of that. Woo, delicious, so crunchy, so yummy, and it gets rid of all of those cravings for anything really just fatty and yummy. Done. It's a good thing for breakfast too. Number 2, chips. OMG, I said it, potato chips. I still enjoy potato chips. Despite being 100% plant-based, potato chips rock my world. Every now and then, like every couple weeks, maybe some potato chips, right? They're good. What can I say? I'm American. Now, with that said, I will suggest that you partake in some organic potato chips. Why organic? Well, in organic agriculture and organically certified produce, there aren't going to be as many pesticides as you would see in a conventionally produced potato or potato chip. So it's not perfect. There's definitely still a lot of fats in there, but you know what? They're plant-based fats, as long as you're getting the original, no sour cream or anything like that. And with that said, your body's going to kind of clear them a lot more easily than these other more processed oils like non-organic safflower, sunflower oils, right, that have potentially been treated with a lot of pesticides. Whenever your body takes in pesticides, it wants to say, oh, that's a foreign substance. I'm going to create a fat cell out of it, because it's your body's natural response is to isolate something that it views as toxic. If it's not going to get rid of it, it's going to isolate it and store it, aka become fat. So an organic potato chip, you're still going to have oil, you're still going to have all the carbs, all that stuff. But you know what? Your brain likes carbohydrates. Your body likes carbohydrates. Your emotions like carbohydrates, okay? So I'm just going to say organic potato chips are a pretty decent 5 healthy snacks. They make the list. Number 3, smoothies. I know there's some people out there who are probably like, what are you talking about? Tanya, a smoothie is a healthy beverage. And I will agree, okay, people? However, hear me out. Smoothies, if we're thinking about what junk food is to the body and what we enjoy about junk food, there's a lot of this fatty stuff, right? There's a lot of this salty stuff, but there's sweet stuff too. And let me tell you, every day I start my day with a nice cup of coffee and a very nice smoothie. And what I like to put in my smoothie, which obviously you can put whatever you enjoy in there, but what I like to put in my smoothies are 2 bananas, a whole bunch of frozen strawberries, some blueberries, and just about anything that I have on hand that's a fruit that I really enjoy. Maybe it's some papaya, maybe it's a lime, right? Anything fresh like that. But that's really your base. You can also kind of step it up a notch if you want to go to the next level with that. You can get some nice raw vegan protein powder, add that in there, maca powder. Awesome. Maca powder is a superfood indeed. You can also add cacao powder, anything that you really enjoy that also has a nice health benefit. Cinnamon. If it's winter where you are and you are just like not feeling it, add some cinnamon. Cinnamon's really good to help with your circulation. It's also a mild antidepressant. And at this point, let me just pause and say this is not to substitute any medical, topics or issues that you're working through with professionals. I'm really here to support you in terms of sharing what's worked for me on my journey towards transformation. So with that said, smoothies rock. Add whatever in there you like. You can add the kale, you can add the spinach, all the leafy greens that you so desire. You can put pretty much anything that's healthy in there and make it taste great with a bunch of fruit. Number 4, we are on 4 of our 5 awesome junk foods. Dark chocolate. Okay, dark chocolate is amazing. Again, we have some natural antidepressants in the house with dark chocolate, okay? I love Theo brand, and no brand endorsements whatsoever here, but I'm just putting it out there. Equal Exchange is another really good one. They're a cooperatively owned company, and they make sure that farmers are getting paid a living wage where they're growing, which I think is pretty cool. Another organic source. So dark chocolate, it's sweet, it's satisfying, it can have fruit in it, nuts in it, whatever suits your fancy, but it's going to be a mood elevator. It's not going to be a weight adder. It's not going to be something that's going to add on the pounds, but it's going to satisfy the sweet and get you moving on your day. Number 5, the final superfood / junk food, if I may call it that I can recommend. Kombucha. Okay, kombucha is amazing. And I know a lot of us are getting on the kombucha bandwagon now, kudos. But if you haven't, I suggest you give it a go. It is a very healing elixir, I would say, from my experience. And what kombucha can do for your body is actually reestablish a healthy culture in your digestive system. So a lot of times, especially if you're in the United States, you're consuming a lot of GMOs, genetically modified organisms, or a lot of conventionally produced food which has pesticides in it, and it's not really doing a lot for all of that bacteria in your gut, okay? And so much of our bacteria is in our small intestine, and it's actually working as our immune system. There are more neurons in your digestive system than your brain. Did you realize that? I did not realize that until I learned from somebody, and hence why I'm sharing it with you. With that said, kombucha can help give you all those healthy probiotics, establish all that healthy bacteria in your stomach. And, a pro tip here would be to make sure that while you're ingesting the kombucha, if you taste it and you decide you like this, you would like to consume it regularly, you would like to reestablish this healthy culture in your digestive system, I would suggest that you also concurrently avoid all these GMOs, such as corn. If you're in the United States especially, anything more or less with corn in it is going to be GMO unless that label says organic. Even with a label non-GMO, there currently aren't real regulations around that to where you can necessarily trust the fact that that company is saying non-GMO. Organic certification, however, takes It's more intensive. It takes more involvement from your farmer, so it's a little more trustworthy than just a bag that says non-GMO corn. So anyway, you're eliminating GMOs out of your diet. You're introducing kombucha. Which one do you try? By the way, kombucha kind of tastes like soda. I call it the adult soda. It's very effervescent, especially if you're getting a store-bought kombucha. And it's just really, sweet and tart at the same time. It's not like a Mountain Dew, don't get me wrong. It's not like a sugar blast. But a lot of us who are watching this are probably kind of waning off or already off of things like that are more concentrated in sugars. So anyway, what brand would I recommend? Again, no sponsorship here. I would personally recommend that you check out Health Aid Kombucha. It is so tasty. I cannot speak highly enough of it. It's really, really good. And it's all glass, in their whole process of fermentation. It is, kombucha, I should say, is an ancient elixir. It initially came from Japan, and it's basically how they ferment this tea. It has very small amounts of alcohol in it, trace amounts of alcohol, right? Is by introducing a SCOBY, and a SCOBY is an abbreviation or an acronym for symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast, a SCOBY. And so the SCOBYs, if you Google it, if you're not already familiar with this, it's like a white film at the top of your tea, right, that we're fermenting here. And basically it introduces all these positive bacterias into the tea itself, and that's how we get a lot of this awesome culture established in our digestive system. Your digestive system is an amazing defense against all the bacteria out there, especially if you have kids or you're in public a lot or your job is causing you to be stressed or you just want to have more stable, secure immune system. And it can also help in things like weight loss. So that is all I had for you today in terms of 5 healthy superfood junk foods. And I wanted to leave you with our quote of the day, which is, "Let food be thy medicine." That came from Hippocrates. He was a great thinker, and he understood the value of food. So next time you're craving those Flamin' Hots or whatever it may be that you're really into, just consider, what 5 awesome healthy junk foods could you consume. Thanks so much for your time. Show me some love. If you want to see more of these videos, more of these Chrysalis chats, go ahead and like, subscribe, okay? And give me some affirmation and maybe I'll keep making these. Have a wonderful day.